So this doesn't matter if the mission's updated. This matters if the stage is updated. So do we have an event for the current stage updated? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, so current stage updated. And what is our object? It's a game stage. So we'll need that event. So let's see. Gonna need to regenerate this thing to get that current stage updated. And then I need to add a get current stage call as well. So it's going to be in game utils. Alright, so if we get the current stage, basically we're going to want to return that. What does our mission manager have? Our mission manager has set current mission, get game missions, load mission. We do not have a current stage though. Now the current stage looks like it's only set inside of the arena level blueprint. So we're going to need something that is set current stage index, probably, something like that. So and then we'll need a get on that guy as well. Yeah, we'll just get a copy of it. Alright, clear current mission. Also have our stage index. So I'll set that guy up. You're inside the goal tree. You made it all the way into the actual tree, into where the ball goes. Alright, so for setting it, if there is no manager, we'll do that. We'll grab the current mission. Set current mission 0. So current mission updated. The next thing that we want to do is basically, we want it to set to stage 0, I'm guessing, automatically. So we should call the set current stage index after we set the mission. The actual trunk? Alright, yeah. How did you get inside of it? Did you go in a very roundabout, circuitous path? Or did you just run straight up and into it? Alright, so let's grab our current mission. So, I mean, if you want to describe how you got there, you went into the right. I don't. I need to do work on some of this stuff, so I'm not gonna jump in there and take a look at it. Like we know there are glitches in the game. That's not what we're trying to fix right now. We're trying to make progress, and we'll get to the point where we need to fix all of the small things. But I don't need to make progress at the moment on all of it. So if the current mission is null, get out. We want to check. Okay, so basically, if the number is less than or equal to index, then we'll return. Let's just do a warn log. Trying to set stage to %d when we only have %d stages. Otherwise, or if it's less than 0, basically what we're going to have to do here is we're going to set the stage index to the index, and then we will do current stage updated. Do it like that. So get current stage is going to check some of the same things. Maybe speedrun the missions. Well, hopefully, like, hopefully we have plenty of content, and all the missions will have a duration on them, regardless of whatever score. And we do plan on adding some leaderboard stuff for all that stuff, so the hope would be that some of that is definitely available if people want to get good and everything. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is check if the current stage index is less than or equal to that. Then we're going to return an empty stage. Otherwise, we are going to return our stage index. Alright, so current stage updated, that will all work. I need to actually start using my pointers here. So I think that'll do this. So let's make sure to save this, build it, and then I'll have to change the blueprints to actually call this guy and set the current stage index. Alright, see you when you're back, Dark Anthurian. I mean, I don't see being able to get in there, you know. The only thing I can think of is if you were sliding at maximum velocity into it. But there should be colliders that prevent you from doing that. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Alright, get current stage. So let's get our mission manager. If our mission manager is null, otherwise we just return mission man, get current stage. And that'll do that. I mean, games don't have glitches, right? That's not a thing. It's not a thing that happens. Games are usually perfect. I still think my favorite glitch is the parry walking in Dark Souls 2, where they would parry somebody and then walk over their body, and then all of a sudden, like, collision for the entire universe breaks, and they can just, like, go run outside the world, go to the final boss, drop in, and kill him. It's just like, everything is fine. Dude's running in the middle of nowhere. This is a game stage. How did I mess up that copy? Man, I really am tired today. God, I can feel it in my arms. Yeah, one thing I'll probably want to do is I've been helping my parents back up some of their hard drive stuff. They have just this ridiculous setup because my parents have like some medical files that need to be backed up properly, and they have this big stupid system for doing it and maintaining, according to all the laws, proper storage, but it's just a real pain in the ass. So we're trying to transfer it to something that doesn't just like take an entire room out of the house for physical security. Because we got some cool stuff. Like we've got these hard drives that have keypads on them. That I've got them now. Instead of having like the entire computer have to be locked down, there's like a physical keypad on an external hard drive that you plug that in, and like you have to enter the code and switch them over to stuff like that, so it's not this gigantic rigmarole to be able to, like, I have a computer and I want to use it to, do things like regular ass email. It's like, but the computer has, all this encryption stuff on it and all these backups and all this other stupid crap that you don't need. So it can be a real problem. Okay, so we have current stage updated. We have these things. But I kind of like the encrypted hard drive thing. They're just kind of cool. It is kind of cool to like plug this thing in and like enter a key code, and then it like glows green and all that shit. You want to get an external hard drive for backup? Yes. Though that's not a backup. Backups aren't backups unless they're off-site. That's just that's how the world works. What I would recommend, if it's just backups, I would, just do something simple. As in, just use like some out of the box, like OneDrive or some bullshit. That's usually the simplest thing. If you're gonna get any more complicated than that, I wouldn't worry about it. It's just for the case your computer dies again. You see, the reason I would have like an external hard drive backup is just for like sharing files between other computers. I get, like some network attached storage. Like that's different. But backups, I would just do online backups. But that's just me. That's just This is the pre-mission screen. What in the hell am I doing? We need to go to the pre-stage screen. Sites go down, services get discontinued. Yeah, that's kind of why I would stick to the big ones, like Microsoft OneDrive or something like that, because Microsoft is going to be there forever. And, some other podunk thing isn't. And yeah, there is that where sites go down and all that, where like if you don't have the internet. But if you're going to do like an actual hard drive backup, get two, I guess. if you can afford it. Otherwise, just having a hard drive, as long as it's not plugged in and running, it's gonna last forever, pretty much. So that's what I like about my network attached storage that I've got. Is the hard drive actually physically shuts off when not in use. So it's not just, sitting there spinning forever and, wearing on the parts. It actually takes it like 3 seconds to warm up before it's even useful. So something like that is, the lifetime of those pieces of equipment is much greater than normal. Okay, so we're going to want this create debug stage data. So we've got our conditions. We don't need an F mission. We don't need a thumbnail. We don't need any of that. We just need this stage. Okay, so stage name, name. This is stage name. Stages have headers now, right? I added that, I believe. Stages have headers. We have a map. Game mode overrides when conditions. Do we have any Ks? Is what I'm really looking for. Failure. Yeah. Intro scheme. Blah blah blah. Okay, so we need to set all these guys, and we don't have much to set, so that's fine. This will be the third already. So you've already gone through 3 hard drives, or you've gone through 3 different services that have failed you. This is the third mirror. The third backup, then? Mirror, I'm guessing, means backup in your case. Alright. Let's see, we have the mission name. I think it's just mission.unlocked name. And then this will be not the game stage header, I believe. No, let me look at this again. Yeah, I guess it'll just be name. So we also need to register for when the current mission is updated. just keep this the same. So get current stage, get all the stage information. We'll get our mission information there. Stage information there. Where is my header? Pre-stage header. We didn't grab it. So we have to add that. Excellent, so we're starting to see it working. Current situation is not one where you can stack monthly costs of upkeep, have the money at the moment, can buy stuff, don't know when. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know, it's like I don't want to sign up for a bunch of monthly expenses if I don't have a guaranteed monthly income. So, you know, it's better to just be like, I know this month I have X number of dollars that I can spend, so I can go ahead and make that decision. It makes perfect sense. I see what you do. Also, welcome back, Dark Antarian. So let's get fixing this stuff. Changing a profile picture on Twitch. Oh man, that's a big step. Because you need to get the profile pictures in the game there. Alright, so let's work on the styles for this guy. So pre-mission screen. Objectives area, objectives item. Where did I remove this? I hear you fighting. List style type none. Okay, so we want to go to the pre-stage objectives. Alright, so remove that. Remove the padding. Okay, so the objectives items are 40%. They said freedom of choice would be cool. That was a lie. Oh man, somebody's getting cynical. I think we need some like padding right or something like that, don't we? So we have a margin left of 10%. I guess maybe we should do a margin left of 5% and then a margin right of 5%. See what that looks like. No, that's not correct. So it's just margin left of 10%. We'll center this guy, and it's these internal elements that we need to actually mess with. So let's see, a margin left of 5%, a margin right of 5%, and it'll expand it like that. We're going to do a text align center. And let's see, do we have a height on these? We don't have a height on the items. So let's add a height on the items. And let's see if we can lower them to 4 VMin. Let's see, overflow hidden. The president of the Cynical Club. Alright, I think that's plenty of space for us to actually do stuff with. Let's see what happens when we jack up the number of objectives to an incredible amount. Alright, create debug stage data. Alright. Looks like a bunch of this sort of stuff. That looks fine. I mean, if we had 10 objectives, right, it's going to look like this, which is absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the CSS for this, and the top bar, I'm just going to start removing some of the awful backgrounds on it. Okay, I guess the other thing is we want to know if there is a previous, if this is the first stage. So for our game and game stuff here, we want a game stage extra information sort of thing. So I should put like transient, no, just stage number. Default of 0. And we need to hide this button if it's not 0. I hear you guys fighting. So retry button. So what we're going to do is check game state, set game state on stage updated. Yeah, it'll just basically be like if stage number does not equal 0, I guess is greater than 0. We'll show it, otherwise we'll hide it. That looks all sorts of screwed up. So let's see, what is with this style here? This guy has got like some margin or something. Just need to go to our CSS for our buttons. Because we got our start, in stage. Alright, we have a retry, start and back. I guess we should just remove the float left and just do like position absolute and just do some lefts and tops and all that. Is it 77.5? I believe so. And this guy is gonna be like, if he's at 0, he's right there. And if he's at 100, he's right there. So he needs to be basically 50 minus the width and then a 0.5 or something. So it needs to be like a 39.5. Is that? No, I think just 40 is what we need. And then this other guy is going to be, what, 12.5 left, I believe. And what I'll have to go is go back to gameplay and stage number equals 0, and we'll do like if math.random is less than 50, it's less than 0.5, then stage number equals that, otherwise stage number equals 1. It needs to be just 2.5. Yeah, so that'll be our buttons. The ball is under the map. The ball is under the map. What? You found the mystical ball under map glitch. Alright, so this press start text. Let's see, we got all the width and everything, but I think we need a little bit of margin top. So let's do a margin top of maybe 2 vmin, see what that looks like. It used to drop down more. 5? Alright, 5 is looking like it works. Alright, so let's take off the red top bar, and let's take out the bottom bar. Let's see. This is, what color have we got on this bottom bar? Kind of do that. Maybe we can do some similar to the middle area. Is there a middle area that Adam's already actually done things with? Yeah, we can grab this background color and throw it in there. Give him something to start with. Why don't we do the same thing here? Why don't we just kind of pretty this up just a little bit so that Adam doesn't hate us so much. So we got the top bar, we'll just add that background, we'll snag this guy. And so when he looks at it, he'll notice that we actually tried to make a start of it. And he can kind of do the rest. And I'll kind of indicate to him as well that maybe certain things are ready for him to actually style. So if he sees this sort of screen, he's like, okay, Kirk's got that hooked up in the game. That should actually be starting to work like what it's supposed to. You can't find the ball again? Are you in stealth ball or something like that? Because stealth ball, it's easy to lose track of where the hell that thing rolls off to. Doesn't look like stealth ball. So where is that purple? Yeah, so that'll be at least a simple thing. Did he do anything for these top areas? I would imagine it's going to be this same color for these two things. So, got our header text. Yeah, okay. So start, skip. So let's make sure this works in the game. Well, you're seeing the ball. You're like right here, and there's nothing. It just shows the ball indicator, and the ball is like totally gone. Alright, so let's make sure that this actually works in the game. So let's put this up, and we should see... You see it now. You see it now because the ball got scored, so the ball got reset. So score 5 goals, get the ball in the goal. We hit the start button. We get our cutscene. And why don't we just go fix that cutscene color as well? So this is the mission cutscene screen. And that's one thing I haven't done. I haven't turned on the latency stuff to like 1,000 and seen what the hell happens to the game. I imagine there'd be some weird stuff that goes on like what you're describing, where something does something real strange, the ball can get the hell out of dodge. And currently the ball doesn't have a teleport mechanic for some things. So if it gets off in some screwy La La Land, it kind of stays in screwy La La Land a little bit longer than you might expect it to. So cutscene screen. So we probably need the header color set properly. So we have the top bar And then we've got the bottom bar. And we want this guy. So that's going to be the top header text. Alright, that's fine. I want to just remove this, swap these colors around. I'll let Adam do that though. Am I getting a console error here? Start's not doing anything. Okay, so let's do the first mission. We hit start, play our cutscene. Cutscene name is not hooked up in the cutscene, so why don't we add that? I guess we'll need an event here. Are we registered for events? Just this like cutscene name thing. So we need an event which is get, I guess, a cutscene changed or something like that. Current cutscene updated. So let's see. For our objects, do we actually have any cutscene information? We have cutscene completion. We don't have like game cutscene as an object. So I'm gonna go and make that. So our game cutscene will have on it, I'm just gonna have a name for the cutscene. It's gonna be a string. And we might do something with this later, but probably not. And what we're also going to need to do is make a get current cutscene function. What's this pissed about? This is saying can't convert from Boolean to string. Default is just going to be a. So we need that. Yeah, scoring goals on that one can be kind of tricky. That map is definitely one of the harder ones to get a goal on. If you're looking for any suggestions, usually what I try to do is use the kick move when I'm in the air to get it in on this mission. Because when you're in the air and use the kick, it'll kick it down. But if you're below it, it'll kind of kick it up or keep it level, actually. Otherwise, you're on the ground, the kick will, do exactly what you did and just slot it in the goal immediately. Okay, so I need to go to my game utils. We're going to want this static f game cutscene, get current cutscene. And I think our missions is also going to need a F game cutscene. Current cutscene, we're going to need a set current cutscene. And I'm just going to take a const f string reference here and get current cutscene. So let's implement these functions. Cooking up some rice. Oh yes, rice. The perfect low budget food. What's the Mitch Hedberg thing? It's when you want a whole lot of something. Alright, so basically we're going to be returning manager current cutscene. Otherwise, we're just going to be returning this fgame cutscene. Alright, so call to set the current cutscene. Am I not? Alright, this is set current stage. Alright, yeah, here we go. Set current cutscene is going to need to take this guy. So manager current cutscene. Alright, so if manager is null pointer, we're just going to return. Otherwise, we're going to do manager current cutscene dot name equals name, and that's good enough. Otherwise, game utils, we need our get current cutscene. You got a some part payment for a clean job. It'll be going 2 weeks. I'm not at 0 anymore. Yeah, that's a good feeling. So we got get current stage, and we'll do our get current cutscene. I think that was one of the things, like after college when I got a job at Electronic Arts, and I could finally I finally had income. It was kind of funny because I think at one point I was at the store, and I was just so used to, as a college student with no income, just not buying anything unless it was on sale or I absolutely needed it or something. And going to the store and doing the same stuff, and I'm like, I don't have to do this anymore. Like, I could just go buy whatever the fuck I wanted. And I was like, no, I shouldn't. So thankfully I've never grown out of not, it's because as soon as you make the decision of like buying better crap all the time, you end up spending a lot more money. Alright, so mission man, get current cuts, excuse me. Oh man, he's scoring goals. You can't punch me anymore. I switched teams. Yeah, it used to be a thing that you could actually get yourself stuck inside the stumps here. But I don't think you can do that anymore. We'll just do slide hits. I hear the freight train coming. And it's in. Cool. Yeah. Oh, the defense. And oh, so close. Ah, overshot.